friends and broader team out there. As I've often wanted to do, I wanted to share things as they're happening, as they're going on. So I'm traveling through life and I'm having these incredible experiences and I'm working with people, getting very deep and a deeper understanding of what makes us tick and what sits between us and that just living in the moment, living in the now, and not having this stirring, whirring stuff that goes on in life affect our relationships, our decisions, our passion, our purpose, our day-to-day lives. So, as I've wanted to do constantly, as I've felt things and experienced them and noticed them, I also noticed that that's what a lot of people are going through at the same time. So I wanted to, bit by bit, just share these things as they come up so that you can potentially get a few little insights from what I'm noticing. If I'm getting good at seeing and really looking into the depths of it, it might help you to shortcut a couple of those things. And as I'm spending my time focusing on it, then you're focusing on other things that might help you to take that shortcut yourself. So one of the things I want to share with you today, really quickly, it's really struck through for me, is that while I'm working with a lot of different people around the place, it's beautiful, it's profound, it's the most incredible thing to be of service to someone and really connect with them and bring them through the experience they've been in for a long time and bring them into now. So it's very simple, it's very, very powerful. It just takes something or someone to create the space or the environment to connect through at a deeper level. So it's not rocket science, it's about love, it's about connection, it's about getting past all this drama and mind and head and everything else. So there's been incredibly powerful results. I'm having a wonderful time. Of course, my life's flying and humming along. I'm finding all these experiences all around the world and taking to places I'm like, wow, how did I end up here? So that's all really beautiful. But what I'm noticing is if that's what you're focused on, if you've embraced that purpose in yourself, as I have, that door opens to you. If you haven't embraced that purpose in yourself, if you're still wrestling with what do I need to fix or do, or pay the mortgage off or whatever it may be, if that's your focus, if that's what you're about, it's like it's not big enough. What it does is it creates a need for this. I've got to get this right, I've got to do this right. And that very nature of that, focusing on that, I'm focused on that, I'm going to get more of that, the dramas and the problems and everything else. When you begin to explore life and live with wonder and you live with the love of the relationships and everything else, that opens up that picture. And the answers that weren't previously coming to you all of a sudden start to come to you, they flow to you. So it's really about where you're focused, what your bigger picture is, what your reason, what your deeper why is for doing something, is what floats your end results, what's able to come to you. So you could say that the barriers that we're feeling and the ceiling that we can't get past and all this sort of stuff that we have that we can't quite break free of, it's actually to do with where our focus is. Focus beyond it and allow some answers beyond it, and those answers will come through. Now, that's not rocket science either. For anyone who's followed this style of work for any period of time, oh yeah, right, that's absolutely correct. But the challenge and the thing that I'm noticing is the people that are willing to be vulnerable, that don't have an issue with vulnerability, that don't have a problem with you seeing everything I'm going through or me showing everything I'm going through. People that are okay with that are instantly able to manifest, attract, get into that purpose, that bigger picture flow in their life much, much more easily, much, much easier. In other words, the vehicle, the thing that floats you in and enables you and allows you to live like that and allow lessons to come in from the outside and save the day, so to speak, is your ability to be vulnerable. It's your ability to let go, your ability to be transparent, your ability to not be keeping a few cards up your sleeve, holding a few things in the background, having a few little, even secret agendas. They're even further down the track. They're even, more damaging to you. But simple as secret little things that no one knows I'm feeling or experiencing. So when I notice people that have an inability to be vulnerable, I also notice them have an inability to actually tap into and go with their purpose. So I can talk to somebody about a deeper part of themselves that I can clearly feel in them. And I can feel them feeling it, but I can also feel them actually unable to go to it and let themselves feel it. And that gap between That bridge they can't get across is the vulnerability. Because if I went there, wow, I'd have to feel all this emotion, this choked up feeling inside of me, that things haven't been as good as I've said they've been. Things aren't as wonderful as they make out. So it's certainly been my challenge along the way as well, is that it's easy to get all these wonderful ideas and then go, I've got it nailed and I've got it sorted and I've got it sussed. But that's not the case. It's every day there's a new sensitivity, transparency, vulnerability that comes through in living true to yourself and true to your purpose. When you do that, you don't build up an ego. In fact, what you probably do is you're beginning to deconstruct the old egos, the old personalities that we've grown since childhood, since school days, since early work days and relationship and all that sort of stuff. We build up these defense mechanisms, and which we could shorten by saying ego. We break those down and we deconstruct them when we begin to be vulnerable. And when you do that, what happens is not only life, which is enough in itself, it's more than enough, that's all you ever want. Not only life comes through, but so too do the answers to some of the problems and the challenges that you meet. So if you find yourself sitting just short of where you want to be day to day, allow that there's somewhere that you can go in the vulnerability stakes. Allow that there's somebody you might be able to reach out to or get some help from, or ask, can you help me with this, or just share with a friend, whatever it may be. If you're at this point and you can see this, guaranteed there'll be someone available to you that you can connect with. Even if it's just nature and a walk on the beach and a cry as you walk, and have a swim, or your own private time somewhere, preferably out in nature, outdoors. But find that slow down, find that quiet time. You will find it somewhere out there in nature, in life, or you'll find it somewhere inside of one of your friends, family members, acquaintances, someone you have an intuition or a hunch to call. Reach out, connect with someone, and create a path of vulnerability, a path of feeling again. When you do that with just one person or one situation or one event, it begins to open up for all events. And as long as your mind is not fighting and wrestling and trying to keep you in an invulnerable place, because you'd have to let go of this whole ego and this story and this structure, that vulnerability will take you wherever you want to go. And that, my friends, is a really, really beautiful place. So thank you. Hope you got a little out of this, and lots of love. Something I always say and love to live by is, remember, bring it into now and never underestimate the power of who you are.